All right, I don't know what happened. And like I said, as soon as you start talking about some real stuff, they cut you off. That's how they do it. I should have went vertical, honestly. But we'll see. We'll see where this takes us. But let's get back into it. Let's go.
Perception, because like the goal of this conversation should to like progress, right? Do like ladies that you don't want to fucking deal with men at all, then we should talk
If
about
we mean at all,
I
it.
love
Okay,
all
that's what
men
I
and
say.
not black men. Just not
okay.
black men.
Well, is there any women here who don't want to deal with men, period, or is it just black men, or is it a mixture?
It's just black men, and we actually want non-black men's help in these corrections that you speak of.
So what are the you're looking for specifically?
Force, force, because that's the only thing that's gonna work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of like what do you want to see
Well, me
change?
We believe that there
personally,
is no hope for them. That we don't believe in changing their minds. We don't. But I'm trying not to say what I really want to say because you're on stage. But if they could not exist, hey, we wouldn't be mad at.
I think for me, I think I want the coddling culture to kind of stop. I think they get validated a little bit too much and they're not held accountable as much as white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. Like the legal system works in their benefit a little bit more than they think it does. They're seen as the ultimate, like most oppressed. And I think that that coddling culture needs to stop and they need to be held accountable for their actions.
Because we
Yeah.
live in white male patriarchy, white men set what's socially acceptable. So, with you all setting what's socially acceptable, the degenerate behavior of black male culture needs to be checked, and there needs to be more because we're no longer
Yeah,
looking for
man, bro.
accountability
They
from
got me,
them because
bro.
they've proven that they will not take accountability. We need the men who set the culture to make them take accountability by exacting some sort of consequence for perpetrating behaviors that are not socially acceptable because you all create the socially acceptable behavior.
A few moments later.
Hey, black man, hey. Hey, man, hey.
black man
Black and
sends this to a black man who needs to hear this. Okay. Black man.
So I was sitting here and I was thinking, you know, the most beautiful thing about you, we can't even see. Even if you were naked, we still cannot see it. And I want you to remember that. As always, my black man, I love you, I appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing, what's it, Friday? Weekend.
Baby, I love y'all bad. I love y'all real bad. I love y'all tough. Baby, know that you're loved.
No, when I, created the term the reach back a few years ago, right? I was explaining to black men that, the reach back usually happens later in life with these Keishas. They give their prime years to Pookies, right? And then after they, have Pookie children, they decide productive, clean black men, right? And the problem is that sometimes, they're successful at it. Let me tell you why the reach back happens. It's because usually they need help. The reason why they want, want you after all these years, they'll call you at 35, 40. It's because they need help. They're poor.
The primary reason I see black men who are distrusting of black women just in general, or who are just hesitant to trust Black women today who are singing Black men's praises is because the last few decades of anti-Black misandry that has been unaddressed, not only in just mainstream society, but particularly in the Black community. The ways in which there have been Black women in key positions of power who have actively supported misandrist point of views, who have promoted, feminism, toxic feminism, who have promoted really negative ideas about the Black community, specifically about Black men, and have been praised. Why Black men may look at Black women and be like, we're not accepting the reach back. We don't want to hear anything you have to say. We don't want to hear your I love you Black man videos. We don't want to hear your affirmation videos. We don't want to hear your smile emoji hearts, your cute text messages, like whatever these little gestures that you're doing to try to prove your love, it fails in comparison to the last few decades where we have felt incredibly disrespected, and just disregarded. Because we have to remember, many of these videos are coming out of a culture that has said for decades, we don't need men, right? And this wasn't just in the Black community. Like, media itself told women that they do not need men. Men are kind of like side notes. They are not a integral or necessary part of life. And these ideas are things that are also talked about in college feminist literature, which questions the patriarchy, which questions
college that's breaking these people. College is the place that's fucking them up. But let's
the need for men, for masculinity, the roles that masculinity has played, like it questions and undermines all of those things. So I'm just saying we've had decades upon decades of anti-Black misandry. We've also had, I would argue, an educational system that cultivates misandry in many ways, along with media representation and different magazines, different shows, different things that promote that, and that have not given Black men in particular equal parity or expression. Really, at the end of the day, if a woman wants to show or prove that she loves a Black man or loves Black men, the best way to do that is actually in your real life. Like, I'm not necessarily saying the videos, I love you Black men videos or affirmations are bad in and of themselves, but they are bad if your love for Black men does not go beyond TikTok. If your love for Black men only exists within the confines of TikTok or YouTube or Twitter or whatever social media platform, then it's not genuine, right? If you can only say these nice things and have care and compassion for Black men, as long as there's clicks, views, and maybe cash apps associated with it, then it's probably not genuine. I think the best way to show that you do have a genuine love for Black men and your community is actually through your everyday actions. Again, this is the frustration that I'm hearing, that I'm sensing, that I'm seeing from men. This is why many men look at these things and say, this is disingenuous, this is fake, this is just a reach back. This is Black women who are really just looking for somebody to pay their bills, and they're pandering in hopes that they'll find a man who was silly enough to do so. But I'm not accepting the reach back. I know better. I understand better. She doesn't really care about me. Again, this is what I hear a lot of Black men saying. Why is that important? The reason that's important is because, you don't get to go say those things, right? You don't.
I mean, you got shorty that Kelsey was dating, all of a sudden coming back out. I think she was on stage with Chris Brown not too long ago too. But you got her coming back out talking about some, I didn't need Travis Kelsey and he was nothing to me and all this. Man, girl, please. Taylor took your bid.
To go, say those examples of how you basically hate Black men and beyond hatred, to the point to where you are now doing lives and having conversations with the Klan. Like, you're so disconnected from your own sense of reality and your own Blackness and your own Black consciousness that you think that collaborating with people who hate you is going to go well for you. But I'm
now, this is the thing. We've already been through this. This is nothing new. Black women have you know, if you do your history, it's even riddled with stuff like this. I hate to say it, it's riddled with stuff. You know. Now listen, YouTube's not really putting out my notifications, so I'm gonna go down on this channel. I'm about to do a vertical. I'll see you guys in a bit. It's Player Talk.